your slave, what should I do but tend upon the hours and times of your desire? For I have no precious time at all to spend, nor services to do till you require. Nor dare I chide the world without end hour, whilst I my sovereign watch the clock for you. Nor think the bitterness of absence sour, when you have bid your servant once adieu. Nor dare I question my jealous thought, where you may be or your affairs pursue. But, like a sad slave, stay, think of naught, save where you are, how happy you make those. So true a fool is love, that in your will, though you do anything, she thinks no ill.
Oh, how I faint when I of you do write, knowing a better spirit doth use your name, and in the praise thereof spends all his might, to make me tongue-tied speaking of your fame. But since your worth wide as the ocean is, the humble as the proud cell doth bear, my saucy bark inferior to his, on your broad main doth wilfully appear. Your shadowless help will hold me up afloat, whilst he upon your soundless deep doth ride. Or being wrecked, I am a worthless boat, he of tall building and of goodly pride. Then if he thrive and I be cast away, the worst was this, my love is my decay.
Then hate me, when thou wilt, if ever, now. Now, while the world is bent, my deeds to cross, join with the spite of fortune, make me bow, and do not drop in for and after us. Ah, do not, when my heart hath escaped this sorrow. Come in the rearward of a conquered woe. Give not a windy night, a rainy morrow, to linger out a purposed overthrow. If thou wilt leave me, do not leave me lost, when other petty griefs have done their spite. But in the onset come, so shall I taste, at first, the very worst of fortune's smile. And other strains of woe, which now seem woe, compared to loss of thee, will not seem so.
Some say thy fault is youth, some wantonness. Some say thy grace is youth and gentle sport. Both grace and faults are loved of more and less. Thy makest false graces, that to thee resort. As on the finger of a throned queen, the basest jewel is well esteemed, so are those errors that in thee are seen, to truth translated, and for true things deemed. How many a lamb might the stern wolf betray, if like a lamb she could her looks translate? How many a gazer mightst thou lead away, if thou would use the strength of all thy state? But do not so. I love thee in such sort as I, mine is thy good report.
How like a winter hath my absence been from thee, the pleasure of the fleeting year. What freezings have I seen, but all December's banners everywhere. And yet this time removed was summertime, the teeming autumn with rich increase, bearing the wand and burden of the prime, like those wounds after the Lord's disease. Yet this abundant is you seem to me, but hope of orphans and unfathered fruit. For summer and his pleasures wait on thee, and though away the very birds are mute, or they sing, which be so dull a cheer, that leaves look pale, dreading the wind is near.
Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters with alteration finds, or move with the remover to remove. Oh no, this is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. It is the star to ever-wandering barks, whose works are known, and of his height be taken. Love not alters with his brief hours and weeks, but bears out, even till the age of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never lived, nor no man ever loved.
"'Tis better to be vile than vile esteemed, when not to be receives reproach of being, and the just pleasure lost, which is so deemed not by our feeling, but by others' seeing. For why should others' false adulterate eyes give salutation to my sportive blood, or my frailties? Why are frailer spies, which in their wills count bad, what I think good? No, I am that I am, and they that level on my abuses do reckon up their own. I may be straight, though they themselves be bevel. By their right thoughts, my deeds must not be shown, unless this general evil they maintain. All men are bad, and in their badness reign.
If my dear love were but the child of state, it might, for fortune's bastard, be unfathered. It's subject to time's love and to time's hate. Weeds among weeds, flowers with flowers gathered. No, it was builded far from accident. It suffers not the smiling pomp, nor falls under the blow of thrall discontent. Whereto thy inviting time our fashion calls. It fears not policy, that heretic, but it works on leases of short-numbered hours, but all alone stands hugely politicked, that it nor grows with heat or drowns in showers. To this I witness call the fools of time, who die for goodness but have lived for crime.
My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, why then her breasts are dun? If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head. I have seen roses damasked red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfumes is there more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound. I grant I never saw a goddess go. My mistress, when she walks, treads the ground, and yet by heaven, I think my love as rare as any she belied with false compare.
Thou blind fool, love, what dost thou to mine eyes? That they behold and see not what they see. They know what beauty is, see where it lies. Yet what the best is, take the worst to be. If eyes corrupt by over-partial looks, be anchored in the bay where all men ride, why of eyes falsehood hast thou forged hooks, whereto the judgment of my heart is tied? Why should my heart think that a several plot, which my heart knows the wide world's commonplace, or mine eyes, seeing this, say this is not, to put fair truth upon so foul a face? In things right true my heart and eyes have erred, and to this false plague are they now transferred.
Two loves I have, of comfort and despair, which like two spirits do suggest me still. The better angel is a man right fair, the worser spirit a woman colored ill. To lead me soon to hell, my female evil tempteth my better angel from my side, and would corrupt my scent to be a devil, wooing his purity with her foul pride. And whether that, my angel-beaten fiend, suspect I may, yet not directly tell. But being both from me, both to each friend, I guess one angel in another's hell. This shall I never know, but live in doubt, till my bad angel fire my good one out.
My love is as a fever longing still for that which longer nurseth the disease, feeding on that which doth preserve the ill, the uncertain, sickly appetite to please. My reason, the physician to my love, angry that his prescription hath not been met, hath left me, and I desperate now reprove. Desiring is death which physic did accept. Past cure I am, now reason is past care. Frantic mad with evermore unrest, my thoughts and my discourses madmen's are, at random far from the truth and vainly expressed. For I have sworn thee fair and thought thee bright, who art as black as hell and as dark as night.